Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Locking Down the Ladder. We're just jumping right into it because I forgot to do this right. As always, it's LegnaK, and ooh, this is a very sand-oriented team. Very interesting. Let's have some fun. I accidentally pressed A, choosing my team, instead of, doing our little pleasantries and our introduction and everything. So I do apologize about the fact that we're jumping right into it. Yeah, Rillaboom is definitely needed here, so is Carbink. I think Carbink is going to be a grand Pokemon. I'm really interested that he's not going for Tyranitar on this team. Wow, it is so weird to jump into it right off the bat. I need to get better at this. So Zapdos is not going to be the ideal Pokemon here, even though he's got a lot of fighting weaknesses. I really think that Crawdaunt and Rillaboom are our best players here for that. So, Carbink also, we might have a chance for Carbink to shine in terms of, what's the word, utilizing the body presses and stuff. So, we're going to see how well this pans out. Sorry that this was literally just a jump in. With no pleasantries, no discussion of the team or anything. We're using the same team we used last episode. This is an interesting run right here. Okay, so I am not worried about the Sandaconda so much. So I feel Sandaconda is a physical attacker, if memory serves. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong in that statement. Let's go ahead and fake out the Clefable. We're actually going to go for an Iron Defense first and foremost because I do not want to risk this. And if anything hits the fan, we can always Dynamax Rillaboom. We are running a G-Max Rillaboom, so it makes us ignore abilities, all that jazz, so it's good. Ooh, okay. Okay, so it's a support one. Or at least partially support with Glare. Glare's a move that I don't see very often, but then again, we don't have, like, a lot of Snake Pokemon. So, given that he decided to Glare us, I think now we might as well just go for a Trick Room. We might as well go for a Trick Room, because if he's going to Glare, we might as well just use the lack of speed to our advantage. It's really unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate, but, yeah, this is a non-issue because that also makes it where Clefable won't be able to sing. This is not a problem. The Clefable's not a problem at all. I want to try to minimize any attacks onto the Sandaconda as much as possible, solely for the fact being I don't want Sand Spit to, just give us extra damage and whatnot. So, that being the case, we are definitely doubling into this Clefable. We definitely want to make Clefable's life as unpleasant as possible in this match. I've really been considering dropping, like, probably, I think it's U-turn that we have on Rillaboom. I think I might drop that for Woodhammer. Flamethrower, that's going to do some damage. That's actually a lot more damage, so that's... Oh, we're not playing this. Oh, we ain't playing this. We're not playing this one. Alright, we're going to go ahead and Iron Defense. Let's hope Rillaboom doesn't get full paralyzed. I'm not worried about him minimizing, solely for the fact being is we could just bring in our, Crawdaunt. Why do I keep forgetting Crawdaunt's name? I have no idea. It's just, I don't know. Lately, this is also recorded the same day. Lately I've been just having some really days when it comes to, like, learning Pokemon's names. Not learning, but remembering Pokemon's names. It's really not fun. Alright, so here comes Rock Slide, which is interesting, so I know what this is now. He's Para Rock Sliding, so he wants to flinch as many people as he can. Absolutely nothing against that. You know, it's a cool tech set. It actually goes into our question of the day, which is very, very fitting, surprisingly, because we didn't have really a chance to talk about that off the bat. What kind of teams do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer the offensive or defensive teams? Me, usually I like the offensive teams. I like to, you know, make the matches end as soon as possible. I don't want to stick around too long, but every now and then there are some times that I will appreciate. I will appreciate a good stall match. All right, let's just go ahead and just iron defense. We're just going to make Carbink as bulky as humanly possible. Rillaboom, thank God, Rillaboom has not been fully paired at all. So that's a citrus berry, which is interesting. I mean, it makes sense because Hippowdon is incredibly bulky. Like, Hippowdon is one of those Pokemon that are just so bulky you do not want to be on the receiving end of. It's actually funny. Hippowdon, ooh, a Stealth Rock, also very neat. I'm not worried about this. I'm not worried about this snake at all. He can do that all he wants. Actually, I think our grassy terrain actually goes out here, which is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But, because now we play the game of, do we, yeah, we just grassy glide because we're slower than everything. I think we still have a turn or Trick Room or two. Yeah, one Trick Room turn left. Carbink is already incredibly bulky. We might as well finish off Carbink's bulk, and then we'll just start body pressing everything. Alright, that's a Protect. That's actually really good. I'm kind of hoping that they get rid of Rillaboom here. Like, the sooner they get rid of Rillaboom, the better. And I hate to say it, because Rillaboom at this point is dead weight with the paralysis, lack of grassy glide. Though it's not quite over. Look at that. Carbink just eats that, only taking like 3 damage. Alright, let's go for a Grassy Glide onto the Hippowdon again. Let's go for a Trick Room and hope we don't get paraflinched. If we do, it's not the end of the world. It's really not the end of the world because, as I said, Crawdaunt can come in here and just destroy everything. Alright, so we lose Rillaboom, which is vastly unfortunate. He did amazing. Alright, please don't flinch. Okay, that's fine. So he's going to glare again. Like, 100% he's going to glare. So do we play the game of, do we just... I think what we do is we Swords Dance here. I think we Swords Dance. We go for a Trick Room. I think that's the game plan. We do run a chance of losing Crawdaunt, depending on what they have. Because I know he's got Crunch Protect. Crunch Protect. I forget what the other move was. And then Minimize, Rock Slide, and Glare on Sandaconda. Alright, so that's perfect. That's perfect. This is also perfect, but it does make me really hesitant to Dynamax. This makes me really, really hesitant to Dynamax. But I think we can handle this. Alright, Crawdaunt, we got this, buddy. I'm just going to go for the Gusto here. Because it's now or never at this point. It's really now or never. Marowak is not exactly the most beneficial here. And we couldn't just like tinker with anything solely for the fact being is Marowak still gets hit by Glare because Glare is a normal type move. And that's what makes Glare a really good move, and it's a shame that it's hardly ever seen. So ignore that. This is possible screenshot stuff right here. I wish there was a better way and a more inconspicuous way, but it's whatever. Oh, now he protects. Nice. Cool. Classy. Oh, look at that damage. Alright, so I'm fairly certain it's going to be Sand Spit. There's no other reason why it wouldn't be Sand Spit. You know, Sand Spit's a great move. Or, like, ability. My apologies. Earthquake. That's not going to do anything. It's going to do a lot to Crawdaunt, but not the Carbink. Carbink handles this like nobody's business. Alright, so leftovers. We now know it's a leftovers. Alright. Crawdaunt, please do not get full para. We need you, buddy. We need you to do this. This is a very annoying team. And I'm not saying that in any negative way. This is actually a smart way to play. Is just give that chance, you know. You're not going to be able to do anything this turn. It's smart. Alright, so here comes Hippowdon protecting. That's fine. I want to get this other guy out of here. Alright, cool. He's out of the way. Only thing I'm mildly worried about now is Cradley in the back. I could see Cradley coming in. At this point, I would just like really hope that Carbink doesn't get a full para and we get a body press on it, because it should OHKO it unless it's sashed. That's my only thought process. That's my only thought process going on here. It's actually the Excadrill, which is really good for us. It's really good. Excadrill is mildly worrisome because he does kind of hit the rest of this team very hard. But we're gonna go for a body press. I'm just hoping that Carbink really pulls through here. And I mean, if we lose it, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. It was a very smart tactic on this guy's turn, like on this guy's side. Something that we should probably like plan for in the future, especially seeing Sandacondas. But Sandaconda is not a very well-known Pokemon. I wouldn't say very well-known Pokemon. It's not very common nowadays. Alright, we bring that down to its sash. That's okay. That's okay. Now, Crawdaunt. Thank you, buddy. The only way that would make this anything better is Crawdaunt hitting an Aqua Jet afterwards if she survives. Crawdaunt avoided. Alright. This looks like a win for us. I'm not, you know, not counting the eggs before, or the chickens before they hatch, but I'm counting my eggs. That's what I'm doing. Let's just double into it. Let's just get it over with. Alright. So, that was an insane, that was actually a insane round one. Insane game one of the day. I really don't know what to think about that because, like, as I said, that was insane. It definitely pulls into the, you know, the question that we had earlier for the question of the day is, you know, do you prefer offensive or defensive teams? That seemed be more tech-based, more like a tech-based defensive, because those were very bulky, very heavy Pokemon, you know, relying on the sand to whittle down the opponent. I don't know what to feel about that one because it was very interesting. It's very interesting. Alright, continue. Let's take this protein. Thank you. We can always use that. Let's actually look at this guy's team so we can look into like a little bit of analysis what we could have done here. Pokerust, that's something that I haven't seen in a little bit. It's got leftovers. You know, we saw that. You know, no Dynamax level. So this Pokemon was not built for Dynamaxing whatsoever. So this Pokemon literally was like, I'm just going to sit here and be supportive. Which is interesting because if I were this person, I'd still put the Dynamax on, like the Dynamax candies into this Anaconda, solely for the fact being is there may be the chance that you need to Dynamax it. Like last episode we had Carbink. Carbink's never supposed to Dynamax, but we decided, well, we can Dynamax it. Like Carbink can Dynamax. You know, so Glare, Rock Slide, Minimize, Protect. We actually did see the entirety of this Pokemon's move pool. It's very interesting, making it very difficult to hit. That's why I kind of waited and I relied heavily on Crawdaunt to hit it with Max Geyser. That way it was 100% hit ratio, because we didn't have moves such as Heavy Slam. I think another one's Rototiller, Steamroller, I think. It's something like that. But moves like that, 100% hit minimize Pokemon. Like, I think they do double damage. We didn't have any of that, so that's why I was like heavily relying on either Rillaboom or, you know, Crawdaunt to do that. And it paid off for us. It paid off for us very well. It's Impish Nature. You know, we don't really need to know about that. So we have this Hippowdon. This Hippowdon actually had me a little bit worried because Hippowdons are incredibly bulky. You know, Citrus Berry was a nice touch, especially when Leftovers is in use. You know, Bold Nature, which is very peculiar. Very, very peculiar, if you ask me, because a lot of them would probably run like Impish as well, especially when you're running moves like Earthquake and such. But I guess it makes sense if you're using it to like reactivate Sand Spit and whatnot. Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Crunch, Protect. You know, Stealth Rock, you know, is almost never seen here in VGC, but it's really interesting to see because it's a Sash Breaker, Sturdy Breaker, you know, things like that. I think it's neat. I think it's a nifty little thing. It's not something I would use personally, but I'm really confused on why he went with a Bold Nature with, you know, a physical Hippowdon. Not that Hippowdon really has any special moves. That's interesting, and it was practically born yesterday, I guess you could say. I mean, it's recorded on the 2nd, but whatever. It's a joke. Alright, so Clefairy, or Clefable, I should say. Bold Nature, or... yeah, Bold Nature, so that's perfect. Like, Bold Nature is really good for Clefable, but once again, no Dynamax candies. I don't think any of these Pokemon have Dynamax candies. You know, we got the Flamethrower Moonblast combination with Calm Mind, Follow Me. That's actually really, really good. Really, really good. Because he's not unaware. He's got Magikarp. If he was unaware, that would make it even more efficient. But it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. Can't really see anything that could be like improved on this one. As we can see, it was originally a Lonely Nature, but you know, it got minted, which is pretty cool. This Excadrill's Focus Sash, as we did see. Sand Rush, Adamant Nature, it's pretty good. A lot of people used to run Jolly, if I recall correctly. But Rock Slide, Sword Stance, Iron Head, Earthquake. Yeah, that sounds about like the perfect Excadrill set. This one was kind of one of the ones I was worried about because, you know, they're super fast, and if we decided to just keep up speed or the Trick Room ran out, we would have been in a world of hurt if we didn't have Aqua Jet on our Crawdaunt. So this is interesting. This is interesting. I kind of got spoiled. Enigma Berry. You never see Enigma Berry. That is cool. I actually have one that I found, and I don't even remember what tree I found it on anymore. But Enigma Berry is cool. I definitely would choose something along the lines of like a Pinch Berry, even though they don't heal nearly as much. Citrus is in use, so you might as well. Let's see. It's so weird to see a Careful Nature one, or yeah, Careful Nature I think is the right nature I'm saying. But Suction Cups, not Water or Storm Drain. Storm Drain probably would have been best here. And I'm really surprised that they decided to go for a physical one. I normally see, especially on the ladder on Showdown and whatnot, is special ones with Meteor Beam, Power Gem, not Power Gem, I got that mixed with Nihilego, my apologies. Energy Ball and Earth Power, I think. So that was really that's really interesting to see this Cradley be like that. And then Colossal. Alright, Colossal's weird. Seeing that we got, you know, Power Herb. Still Steam Engine, it's modest. Looks like it's not built with any speed whatsoever, which is a very peculiar peculiar trait. I mean, if you're not going to go for that, you might as well go Flame Body. But this one does have Dynamax Candy, and I just realized the past 3 actually did. So these were his Dynamax hitters, which is cool. So we got Earth Power, Meteor Beam, Flamethrower, and Protect, which is that's a pretty basic standard set for Colossals. The ones that you normally want to pair with like Dragapult or Urshifu or Primarina. Overall, I think this is a pretty good team that he had. Very interesting. Definitely could be worked on some areas, as I said. Especially like #1 thing is definitely the Dynamax candies. I mean, how can we play against that one better? I have no idea, solely for the fact being is that was a very interesting one. You know, I didn't really expect Glare, because as I said, nobody really expects Glare. But we still played around it, we still won, so I wouldn't say that, you know, we need to play better, but like, how can we make it more efficient, you know? So, let's go ahead. More BP. We'll always take some BP, we know that here. Let's just jump into this next match real quick. Let's hope we get something cool. Because I'm really enjoying like these little breakdowns of opponent teams and stuff. Like, I want you guys to tell me, do you guys like that? Do you guys enjoy me doing a breakdown of the opponent's team, what my thought process is and stuff? Also, Bellossom. Okay, so we're looking at this team. We got Bellossom here, which is a really, really cool strategy. I'm guessing Sleep Powder's definitely what he's got going on here. I'm not entirely sure how I can go about this one comfortably. I could lead with my Zapdos Comfey set. Zapdos Comfey can like do a lot of damage here. Comfey can, you know, taunt the Porygon to prevent Trick Room. Or we can like hit our own Trick Room against it. I could also... I'm really thinking Rillaboom is kind of a good choice in this one too for some reason. I'm strangely drawn to Rillaboom that could possibly take on the Quagsire. And I'm not really feeling Marowak. As strange as it is, I'm not really feeling Marowak on this one, solely for the fact being is he's got too many things that can hit Marowak too hard, and I'm kind of scared of that Hydreigon. As somebody who's ran Hydreigon, you know, back in last year, you know, when the tournaments were around and stuff before we got shut down due to COVID, I can tell you right now, Hydreigon is definitely a really good Pokemon, really underrated. Well, let's just get right into this, alright? Really, really worried about this team. I may have made a mistake, made a fatal flaw leading this way. But it's fine if we do. You know, this is a learning experience for literally all of us. So Bellossom Charizard is a cool strategy here. That actually eases up a lot. This actually eases up a lot on us. Because if he would have led like Charizard and Torkoal, it could have been problematic. Alright, we're going to play it this way. We're actually going to double into the Bellossom to prevent any kind of potential sash. Sash is something I'm worried about. So we actually do lose the speed tie here with the Charizard. Charizard being 100% a big threat. I'm really, really, really hoping that we do outspeed or we do survive whatever this Charizard's got thrown at us. Otherwise, we are going to be in an absolute world of hurt, like an absolute world of hurt. Now, we do have access to Floral Healing, which may help us a little bit because we get access to, like, I think it's like 25% health at Dynamax levels, which 25% is incredibly helpful. Like, incredibly helpful. Like, pretty much every little bit helps when you go to, you know, save your Dynamax Pokemon. Oh, okay. Zapdos is dead. I really hope he's actually going for okay, so we speed tie, which is great news, which is absolutely great news. Oh, this is rough. This is really rough because if it's Life Orb Charizard, like, this is just a world of hurt. Like an absolute world of pain. Yeah, there's the Airstream. He's going to take out Zapdos. Like, what? Hello. Yeah, we knew we were going to survive that. No problem whatsoever. Zapdos can handle the worst of the worst. I'm not even worried about, you know, anything that Charizard throws at us. What are we talking about? Like, we had this under control. This is a non-issue, guys. Ha ha ha. No, for real, I'm actually surprised with that one. Okay, so let's actually go for, that's a special attack. We saw that happening. Let's go for a Max Knuckle onto the Porygon 2, and I kind of want to slow us down here. Because I think now's a good time to slow down. Because I feel like he's going to try and keep matching speeds. I really feel he's going to keep trying to match speeds with us. Okay, so he does actually outspeed us. That's okay. That's okay, because we lose our Zapdos here. It's okay. Kill the Porygon too. This actually worked out so much in our favor right here. So we get the Porygon 2 out of here. Wow, that actually went so much better than I anticipated. I was not expecting that to go very well. So we're losing Comfey next turn. That's fine. Comfey did what she needed to do. Zapdos, absolutely phenomenal Pokemon. I love this Pokemon. As I said, I had my reservations when I first started using it, but it's something else, man. It is something else. Alright, so Torkoal's here. This is mildly problematic. Torkoal's actually really mildly problematic. We're kind of hoping that Scampy can do a lot of damage. I'm hoping at least, you know, 30 to 40% here on the Charizard. This does look like it's going to be a losing match. All things considered, guys, this is most likely going to be a losing match. Let's just Drain and Kiss the Torkoal, get a little bit of extra oomph out of it. This is definitely a losing match. I'm trying to see, like, I'm trying to, like, mentally visualize how any of this is going to go our way. Like, the only way I can think of is a crit from Scampy. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is a crit from Scampy. That's honestly it. Yeah, a crit actually may have killed. That's crazy. That's actually really crazy when you think about it, that a crit could have killed there. It's fine though. This is fine. That's it. This is all a learning experience for us. This is all 100% a learning experience for us. I don't know. I don't think Rillaboom in the back was a great idea. I definitely think we should have just stuck with bringing this is unfortunate. I really think we should just stuck with bringing what's our boy's name? Marowak. I think Marowak may have actually been the play here. That is just a foolish mulligan on my part. Because we kind of set ourselves up for failure here. Because let's take a look. We have like 1 or 2 more turns of Trick Room. 3. Oh, 3, and we still got Wildfire. Yeah, there's no way we're pulling this one out of our asses, guys. Excuse my French. I'm trying to keep this at least PG. So, not looking good. That's fine. So, GG's. Charizard and Torkoal are easily one of the most terrifying things. I was also really worried about a potential Sleep Powder in the beginning. That's fine. I really hope that we can take a look at this team real quick, because I do want to look into this team. Very much so. Let's take a look, see here. Alright, so it's Assault Vest Charizard, so I mean, we don't really have to worry about that. A lot of our team is very physical oriented. Timid nature. I'm really surprised, because I personally prefer the Life Orb Charizard, which is terrifying, but you know, that's probably an outdated strategy. Ancient Power. Ancient Power is a really cool strat there. We don't care about, you know, those sides, so let's go ahead. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was no real way we could have got around it. Like, we had to really rely on Crawdaunt getting a crit. That was literally the only thing that we could have done, and honestly, that's asking quite a bit for Crawdaunt. You know, not saying it's bad. So it's a good thing that we doubled into the Bellossom. It does have Focus Sash. That helping hand is terrifying though. So, you know, we got a bulkier one. That's actually really cool. I like that. So there was Sleep Powder, so we did have every reason to be afraid of it. Giga Drain, Helping Hand, Protect, Sleep Powder is a pretty solid set for a little Bellossom. You don't really see Bellossom very often. You know, it's a shame because Bellossom is adorable, and obviously it's got some help. Like, it's got some goodies going for it. Now, Torkoal is a very standard Torkoal. I was actually worried about a potential Yawn. It does not have Yawn, so it's got Eruption, Heat Wave, Body Press, and Protect, which is an interesting thing. Caught in a quick bod, I just find absolutely hilarious. It's not even, like, absolutely min speed either. Again, like, these guys aren't, you know, candied at all, which is very interesting. Very interesting, but, I mean, I guess if you're going to consider candies, why not? Charcoal is a really good move for that. Good play for that. Quagsire, I wasn't really worried about Quagsire. I still brought Rillaboom just in case. I brought Rillaboom just in case that was going to happen. Again, super foolish on me. Marowak was definitely the play that we should have brought. You know, it's a good unaware set. You know, it's bulky, Scald, Toxic Recover, Earthquake, yep. It's a good standard set for Quagsire. I like that. Hydreigon, let me guess. Life Orb. There's their Life Orb. Alright. That's good. Modest, Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse, Flash Cannon, and Protect. That's a pretty solid set. Personally, I would probably drop Flash Cannon for Nasty Plot, but that's just my personal opinion for Hydreigon. Not that I can really talk much. Alright, so we had Ice Beam, Tri-Attack, Eerie Impulse, Trick Room, Download. Obviously, Eviolite was going to be the case. Really good Pokemon here. Porygon 2 is one of those Pokemon that are just 100% dominating in this metagame. You know, because it's got great bulk, it's got great abilities to become an offensive attacker itself, you know. You give it Download, it gets Special Attack, you can just Dynamax that thing yourself, and he just becomes a very tough wall. And, you know, given that he's got Eerie Impulse, I'm surprised he's opted to bring Ice Beam instead of Recover. You know, I was going to mention that, I was going to tap on that. Because most Porygon bring Recover. That's what makes him even more annoying. So, like, I'm really surprised. It's a pleasant surprise. I guess it's anti-Ghost types. More specifically, more anti-Dragapult, which I'm really surprised we haven't seen a Dragapult yet. And that being said, we're probably going to see a Dragapult next match. So there's their team. That was actually pretty interesting. The only things I could think of is if I ever see this team again, don't bring Rillaboom. That was just absolutely, it was asinine. It was stupid of me to do that. So let's just move on. As I said, it's a learning experience for everybody. Oh, we lost points. No! I don't want to see that. I never want to see that again. I never want to see that again, ever. No, please. Yeah, I mean, that loss is a little unfortunate, but hey, what fun would it be if we won every single match? We're not, like, you know, we're not Cybertron, so. That was a good match, though. Like, all things considered, it was a really fun match. I can't complain about it in the slightest. Complaining about it would make me a sore loser, and I'm not about that life here on Locking Down the Ladder, folks. I am not about that life. Alrighty. This one's taken quite a while. I guess it's trying to find somebody who also just lost a match that's willing to still play. I don't know how the laddering works, because I've seen some matches we get paired up with is much higher ranking than others, and then much lower ranking. I don't know. But here we go. We got our trainer. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright, Kira. Let's see this. Alright. So, oh, this is a cool team. I like this team. It's mildly worrying. Mildly worrying in the sense of how the heck do I go against Surf Dragapult and Colossal? You guys want to see a magic trick? Excuse me. Definitely want to have Marowak. I don't know about Rillaboom in the back. Zapdos might be the key player here. Zapdos might be a key player here. Because, yeah, Rillaboom's got like almost no say in here. If he does lead Colpult, I want to literally, like, I kind of want to bait. I want to bait right here. If he leads Colpult, I'm definitely baiting for him trying to go for... What's his name? I can never remember my Crawdaunt's name. I am so sorry, buddy. I'm such a horrible trainer. So he's bound to think that our biggest threat here is Crawdaunt, right? So let's go ahead and bring Zapdos in real quick, and we're gonna slow down a little bit. And you know, if it doesn't work out, it happens. If it doesn't work out, it happens, you know. Colpult is definitely something that we do have an issue with. But at this point, we're kind of having to play mind games. Yep, here comes the Colossal right off the bat. He's going to Dynamax Colossal. If he actually goes for the Dragapult, I'm going to be surprised. Which, you know, no surprise here. Colossal is a great Pokemon. Colossal is an absolutely fantastic Pokemon, especially when it comes to, like, as a Gigantamax option. So here comes the Surf, you know, hitting the Colossal, doing so much damage, like, oh, that's why, it was a critical hit. That, man, you hate to see that. You honestly hate to see that. So, please target our Zapdos. Oh, please. That's fine. I hate to say it, Zapdos was the sacrificial lamb in that situation. I really hate to say that because I absolutely love 100%. I love Zapdos, but we kind of had to throw it. And Crawdaunt is definitely something that we need to keep with us. We can risk being burned. We could definitely risk being burned here. I'm actually okay with the potential burn. I'm actually really okay with a potential burn here. Let's go ahead and just Moonblast at Dragapult. This is exactly why we have Moonblast, and it's actually funny because we were just talking about how we've had a surprisingly big lack of Dragapult, and here he is. Alright, so we're still going to go into the Colossal just in case. Like, Colossal is one of those Pokemon that need to be dealt with, like, yesterday. It's a good Pokemon. Colossal, honestly, is one of those Pokemon I really wanted to use. He actually does not go for a Max Guard, which is a very bold strategy. This is a very bold Dragapult. But Colossal, there's the road, man. There we go, buddy. Alright, he actually goes for a Light Screen, which is an exceptionally bold play here. I'm really surprised on how... I really want to know their the thought process. Jesus, can I speak English? I really want to know the thought process behind that instead of going for like a Will-O-Wisp or whatnot. Okay, Incineroar is... I want to say Incineroar is a problem. Incineroar is literally our least problematic Pokemon right now. Because even though we just lost attack, we're going to go for a Max Darkness into the Dragapult. And we're actually going to Iron Defense here. Because Carbink has now ample time to just Iron Defense. And after one, I think we can OHKO most Incineroar builds. Not worried about it. And if Rillaboom comes in the back, it's a non-issue. If their Rillaboom is in the back, it's a non-issue because we got Marowak in the back. This is why I love having a Firewater Grass Core. Firewater Grass Cores are fun. Fantasy Cores are fun as well. Hey, You leave my Pebble alone. I'm sorry, Carbink. They're just incredibly rude. I can't believe it. I cannot believe the rudeness right there. Carbink is just trying to bulk up, you know, trying to make something of himself, and you just fake him out. He didn't do nothing wrong. Alright, so Rillaboom is probably going to come in. I could see Rillaboom being a massive player in this match. So, yep, there's a Rillaboom. Oof. Rillaboom is a problem, but I think for the sake of doing it, let's go for our Max Geyser anyways into the Incineroar, and we're going to continue to bulk up. We're going to still continue to try and bulk up here. The only reason I say that is because maybe the Rillaboom won't kill us. I have no idea. I say that I have no idea because knowing my luck. And given that, you know, Crawdaunt isn't exactly the most healthiest, we might lose her. Piece of cake. Look at that. Crawdaunt just tanks everything. Yeah, we're actually going for a little bit bulk, a little bit of extra bulk with these Pokemon, which honestly, I had my hesitations when, like, me and you know, my viewers on Twitch were, you know, building the team. I was like, I don't know about that, and they're like, oh, you should go for the extra bulk. Well, TV Skulls, thank you for the extra bulk idea. You just saved Crawdaunt, you know, until the very end. You did good. You did good, girl. I'm proud of you. Very proud of that. Alright, so now we do have the rain up, which is a huge annoyance. It's a huge annoyance. Let's go see how long we have of Trick Room left. We have one turn of Trick Room left. I wish I could speak English. Let's go ahead and Poltergeist and Body Press. Even though Poltergeist is a 90% accurate move, there's a chance of it missing. And we got it. Honestly, I'm really liking this team. Really liking this team. It's very bulky, but like offensive at the same time. We don't get to see what their team was all about, which is really unfortunate because I did want to have that kind of, you know, kind of wrap up everything. It's unfortunate, but hey, you know what, guys? That's what we're going to wrap up today. Let me know what you guys think about the team. I want to know what you guys like least favorite part of the team is, most favorite part of the team is. I should start really putting a rental team for everything. So if I do remember, I'm going to have the rental team, you know, a link to it, like my Twitter or something, you know. It's going to be there. I'm going to remember that. But, yeah. One, I'm terrible at goodbye. So if you guys did enjoy this, don't forget to leave a like down below. Hit that subscribe button. Turn those notification bells on because every notification bell that goes on helps me speak English a little bit better. And if you guys have not already, follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch, guys. I cannot stress that enough. Follow me on Twitch because that is where we do most of our stuff. Team building, theory crafting, best of threes with viewers and stuff that sometimes go up later on YouTube. You know, all that kind of stuff. Shiny hunting. If you guys want to see more of my content, hit that follow button on Twitch, guys. Definitely, it's all down below. Everything that you'll need is down below. Hit me up on Discord. You know, you guys get to go in my Discord. It's completely free. But, yeah, that being said, guys, we're getting out of here, and we'll see you guys in the next Locking Down the Ladder.